Well, good morning. We're here at the trailhead for Eagle Mountain, which is the highest mountain in Minnesota. I think it's 2,300 feet, something like that. It's looks like a pretty easy hike, actually. It's only about 500 or 600 vertical feet gain over three and a half miles there, and then we're going to hike back, so probably about a 7-mile trip. So come along and join us. It looks like a beautiful day here, 73 degrees. A bit of a wind. Bugs aren't totally terrible. There's some flying around, but they're not really bothering me yet. So we're going to be on the trail here, and come along with us.
Our first order of business was to get a wilderness permit filled out at the trailhead here. You can notice that it was a nice breezy day. We were hoping that would keep us cool and keep the bugs away as we hiked.
Well, I don't know if we're about half a mile into our trip. Things are going pretty well. Trail's a lot rougher than I was expecting. A lot of rock, but just gotta take it slow and watch where you're going. Makes it a little challenge when you're videoing, but there are bugs, there's some mosquitoes, but there's enough wind going on that it takes care of them a little bit, and if you keep moving, you're fine. So got the bug nets if we need them.
After living in Minnesota for 31 years, we finally made it to the Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness. Not in a canoe, but hiking. Enjoying an open space in the trail with the boardwalks across these swamps and creeks. Most of the trail is deep in the woods, so you don't get a lot of vistas.
Just decided to follow a little side trail here to see where it ended up. I thought it might be a lake, but it's just a meadow, but it's kind of nice to at least be out in the open for a little bit. The trail is so in the woods. We not want to be hiking this trail if they'd been a wet spring. Boy, this would just be a muddy mess. It's been so dry for the last month, but it's still got a little bit of mud on it.
We made it to our first lake of the trip, and one and only lake, Whale Lake. We had mistakenly thought it was Brule Lake, but it is Whale Lake.
Yeah, a little bit gnarly through here with all the tree roots for these look like cedars, kind of like the same cedars we had in the Bitterroot Mountains. Get another view of the lake here. Back to Julie working away.
A real highlight of our trip was seeing a mother moose with her calf in Whale Lake. We got there and they were there for a little bit, and I think the noise from the party behind us, the family, caused them to take off from the lake, so we didn't get to see them for very long, but I got a little video and a picture or two. A panoramic view of the north end of Whale Lake. After you get to the north end of the lake, the trails diverge. You have a trail to Eagle Mountain, and then the trail continues on to Brule Lake. It's the Brule Lake Trail. Climb up to Eagle Mountain wasn't too bad in vertical gain, but the trail got really rough with a lot of rocks and some downed trees and stuff. After about a half a mile of hiking, you come to the first lookout, which you get to finally see out into the boundary waters and the lakes.
So some of the lakes of the Boundary Waters Canoe area, wilderness area. We've never been there. This is the first time we've been in the Boundary Waters wilderness at all.
After a little bit, you come to a second lookout, which is more spectacular, and we kind of spent some time here, ate some snacks, and then we wandered around trying to find how to get up to the actual peak of Eagle Mountain. It turns out that you need to take a right as you're coming into the second outlook area and scramble up some rocks, then you'll hit a trail. It wasn't totally obvious to us, and we spent some time going down some side trails to find the trail to the peak.
Oh, this is it?
This is it.
Wow, with no view?
Yeah. It's been a great hike. We made it to the top. There was a family up there, so I really wasn't able to do a video or anything up there. But he did take a picture of the two of us, which was nice, and I took some pictures of them. Kind of anticlimactic when you get up to the top there. It's just this little marker in the middle of the trees. You don't even get a view. So I guess it's nice we did it. We can say we went to the top, we touched the top, but wasn't even a logbook up there, which the gentleman with the family said there usually is one. But so be it. It's a good hike. I think it was about 3.7 or so miles up to the top, so probably about 7.4 or 7.5 roughly round trip. The hike is a lot rougher than I thought it was going to be. A lot of rock. I mean, elevation gain and stuff like that's pretty mild, but it's some pretty rough hiking. I'd probably put it at hard. You know, I think most people might rate it moderate otherwise, but with the rocks, I'd move it up to hard because it's pretty tough on the feet and you got to pay attention. So if you're looking for a good hike up in the Boundary Waters, beautiful views from up there of the lakes, the Eagle Mountain Trail.
We made our way down from Eagle Mountain and went out to the north side of Whale Lake to spend some time, as it was nice and windswept there, keep the bugs away, cool us down as it was getting hot and humid. No mooses to be found on this return visit.
It's a beautiful lake. On our way out here, there were some people sitting over here, so I didn't get exactly probably the pristine shot of the lake. And I'm not sure if that's Eagle Peak straight across. I'm thinking it's more to the left, but that looks like the highest place here, so one of the two. Julie coming in. See if I can get a peek around the corner here. Kind of hard to tell which one's which.
After Whale Lake, we started to walk through the forest on our way back. Things were getting quite warm and humid. The wind had died down a bit, which made it even hotter. With the roughness of the trails, I was sure glad we had hiking poles. We always use hiking poles and we find them to be very, very beneficial. I would highly recommend them for all your hikes.
Well, just finishing up our hike. It's getting pretty hot. Julie's having a little heat exhaustion there, so I'm gonna get to the car, turn on the air conditioner, get it going, get her cooled down a bit. So it's a nice hike.
I was able to get the car started and get the air conditioning going, and Julie showed up a few minutes later and was able to get in and cool down. We drove across the dirt roads to the Flint Trail and down into Grand Marais where it was 62 degrees. We enjoyed a nice late lunch at the Voyager Brewing Company. This hike was a harder hike than I expected. It was about 7.4 miles on my map, my run. Not much elevation gain and loss, but it is indeed a difficult trail, but it has beautiful views and you get to be into the boundary waters and enjoy the beauty of that area. It tends to be a pretty popular trail, so we saw quite a few people out hiking it and enjoying it. I would encourage you to give it a try. As always, thank you for watching our video. Like it if you liked it. Please comment and subscribe below. We'd love to have you subscribe and come along with us on our other adventures.